As the events of life unfold before our very eyes at a very frightening pace, and as the demands of life only ever seem to be increasing, and as the pressures that the average Muslim of the 21st century finds himself and herself exposed to, it is not uncommon to hear people, Muslims, complaining of weak iman. They say, my iman has become so weak. And much like everything else in life, if a person's iman, his faith, her faith is not serviced and monitored and refreshed and revived on a regular basis, much like everything else in life, it will wear away until very little of it remains. For this reason, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, as Al-Hakim narrates in his Mustadrak on the authority of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn As, he said, إن الإيمان لا يخلق في جوف أحدكم كما يخلق الثوب، يعني كما يبل الثوب، فاسألوا الله أن يجدد الإيمان في قلوبكم. He said, Iman that is found within the hearts of people, it wears away. The same way that the clothes that you wear away. He said, so always ask Allah to renew and replenish the Iman that is within you. I beg Allah Almighty to renew the Iman. This is the method of reintroducing ourselves to Allah Almighty. Who is Allah? If any one of us here today was to be asked to give a description with regards to he or her whom he loves the most in the life of this world, we would be able to give a very elaborate and precise and long description, hours upon hours. We would describe his talk or her talk, her walk, her favorite food, her favorite drink, her favorite hobbies, and so on. If, however, we were to ask the very same individual to give us a description of Allah, the Lord whom he claims he loves the most and adores the most and worships day in, day out, when we ask him to give a description of Allah, who is Allah, with only 2 minutes, not hours, just 2 minutes, with the condition that you're not allowed to repeat yourself, a lot of us struggle. And then we ask the question, why is my iman so low? The answer many times is so obvious. We don't really know who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. Who is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Al-Malik Al-Quddus? And it is a very difficult task when Al-Faqir, the one who is poor, like us human beings, tries to give a description of Al-Ghani, Allah the most rich. It is difficult when Al-Da'if, the most weak, tries to give a description of Al-Qawi, Allah the most powerful. It is difficult. And therefore, to deal with this issue, we will return back to the words of Allah Himself. And we will now introduce the Creator through the words of the Creator Himself. Allah is about to introduce Himself to humanity. What does He say? Surah Al-Hashr, Allah Almighty says, Huwa Allah, He is Allah. الذي لا إله إلا هو, beside whom none has the right to be worshipped. Al-Malik, the King. Al-Quddus, the pure. As-Salam, the one who is free from all defects. Al-Mu'min, the giver of security. Al-Aziz, the most mighty. Al-Jabbar, the compeller. Al-Mutakabbir, the supreme. Subhanallah amma yushrikun. High is Allah above everything that they associate with Him. Who Allah? He is Allah. Al-Khaliq, the creator. Al-Bari, the inventor. Al-Musawwir, the giver of forms. Lahu al-asma'ul husna. To Him belongs the most perfect of all names. يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. Everything in the heavens and the earth glorify Allah, and He is the most mighty, the most wise. Ya Allah, هل تعلم له سمية? Do you know anybody who shares even one of these characteristics with Allah? Who is Allah? Come with me to chapter 6 of the Quran, Surah Al-An'am. Allah says, وعنده مفاتيح الغيب وعنده مفاتيح الغيب لا يعلمها إلا هو. He has the keys to the unseen, no one knows them except him. ويعلم ما في البر والبحر. And he knows everything that is on land and everything that is within the sea. وما تسقط من ورقة إلا يعلمها. And there isn't a single leaf that falls from any tree except that Allah has knowledge of it. ولا حبة في ظلمات الأرض. And there isn't even a grain within the darknesses of the land. ولا رطب ولا يابس. Nor is there anything moist or anything that is solid إلا في كتاب مبين. Except that Allah has knowledge of it. It is written within a clear record. La ilaha illallah. Wallahi, dear brothers and sisters, we have not recognized Allah as He deserves to be recognized. Who is Allah? We want to refresh our iman. We want to be attached to our Creator. We want to fear nobody but Him. We want to please none other than Him. So who is Allah? Come with me to Surah Al-Hadid, chapter 57 of the Quran, where Allah, He says, introducing Himself to us, لَهُ مُلْكُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. He is Allah who has the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. يُحْيِي وَيُمِيتُ. He alone is the one who gives life and death. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And He is able to do whatever He wishes. هُوَ الْأَوَّلُ وَالْآخِرُ. He is the first and the last. وَالظَّاهِرُ وَالْبَاطِنُ. And the outward and the inward. وَهُوَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. And He has knowledge of all things. هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش. He is Allah who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Then He established Himself on the throne. يعلم ما يلج في الأرض وما يخرج منها. He knows everything that comes out of the earth and everything that goes into the earth.